If you're a die-hard Browns fan and love breaking down the game like we do, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you never miss a blitz. The Cleveland Browns are once again facing a pivotal season where every small decision could make a major difference in their offensive success. With Deshaun Watson looking to finally stabilize his role as the franchise quarterback, the front office knows they need all the help they can get from playmakers, especially those who come at a bargain. Enter Luke Floria, a name that may not have made national headlines during the NFL draft, but is starting to buzz in and around Berea, Ohio. The undrafted rookie out of Kent State has caught the attention of coaches, teammates, and now analysts with his gritty performances in rookie minicamp, OTAs, and the team's mandatory minicamp. He's not the flashiest player. He doesn't have elite size or blistering speed, but Floria brings something that stats and combine numbers can't fully capture: heart, toughness, and the ability to show up and make plays when it matters. When Cleveland signed Deontay Johnson to pair with Jerry Jeudy, it was clear the team was trying to surround Watson with proven talent. But even with those signings, there's still a sense that the Browns are missing a reliable option in the slot. Someone who can move the chains, stretch drives, and become a dependable security blanket when plays break down. Luke Floria might just be that missing piece. Despite being undrafted, he's making the case that he belongs in the NFL and, more importantly, on the Browns' 53-man roster. His performance so far suggests he's not intimidated by the jump in competition. And with limited depth behind Jeudy and Johnson, the door is wide open for a guy like Floria to step in and carve out a role. Sometimes the NFL isn't just about pedigree, it's about production and timing, and Floria might have both on his side. One of the most eye-opening comparisons to come out of Cleveland recently came courtesy of Lance Riesland from Cleveland.com, who likened Floria to none other than Julian Edelman. That's not a comparison anyone makes lightly, especially in a city that's been craving dependable receiving talent for years. Edelman wasn't just a great receiver, he was a culture setter, a tone setter, a guy who became Tom Brady's go-to in the most critical moments of championship runs. To draw even a parallel between Floria and Edelman is to acknowledge that this kid has something special. It's not just the position they play, it's the way they play it. Both undersized, both overlooked, both relentless in how they approach every snap. Floria, like Edelman before him, seems to thrive when others doubt him, and that's the kind of edge that can translate quickly into production on the field. Floria's collegiate stats don't necessarily jump off the page, but they're more than respectable for a player who had to work for every opportunity. Over his career at Kent State, he totaled 100 receptions, 1,321 yards, and 12 touchdowns. That kind of steady productivity shows he knows how to get open, catch the ball in traffic, and find the end zone. More importantly, it reveals a level of consistency and dependability that coaches crave, especially when constructing a roster. Those numbers, while not elite by draft standards, mirror what many successful slot receivers produced in college before blossoming in the NFL. What Floria may lack in blazing speed or vertical reach, he more than makes up for in fundamentals and football IQ, two traits that often separate long-term contributors from preseason hype men. Watching him on tape, one thing becomes abundantly clear. Luke Floria isn't afraid to mix it up with defenders who are bigger, stronger, and more heralded. Despite being on the smaller side, he's physical at the point of attack. Whether it's a quick slant across the middle or a contested grab in traffic, Floria never shies away from contact. In fact, he seems to welcome it. That physicality is a huge asset, especially for a team like the Browns that wants to establish a gritty offensive identity. While Jeudy and Cedric Tillman work the boundaries and deeper routes, Floria could thrive in the middle, where timing, toughness, and quick hands matter most. It's an area of the field that often gets overlooked until a third down needs converting, and Floria has all the tools to be that guy. Another trait that's hard to teach, but Floria appears to have in spades, is the ability to change direction on a dime. His quick feet and sharp route running allow him to create separation against linebackers and nickel corners. That agility doesn't just make him a passing threat, it also forces defenses to adjust how they cover the middle of the field. He's the kind of player who can exploit mismatches and keep defensive coordinators awake at night. That quickness, combined with strong acceleration, allows him to turn short catches into significant gains. And in today's NFL, where offenses prioritize yards after the catch, Floria's skill set fits the modern game like a glove. Add in his work ethic and willingness to block, and you begin to see why this undrafted rookie is getting serious attention. One underrated aspect of Floria's game is his value in the run game. Not every receiver is willing or able to contribute as a blocker, but Floria takes pride in that part of his game. He engages defenders with good leverage and doesn't mind getting dirty in the trenches. That makes him valuable in play-action schemes and bubble screens, where timing and execution are everything. In a Kevin Stefanski offense that leans on creative formations and motion-heavy sets, a player like Floria can be a Swiss Army knife. He's more than just a receiver, he's a football player. That distinction matters, especially when final roster spots are being decided. Coaches love guys who can do more than one thing, and Floria is proving he's capable of making an impact across multiple facets of the game. Another reason the Browns may want to keep Floria around: special teams. It's often the quickest path for an undrafted player to stick on a roster, and Floria knows it. Whether it's punt coverage, kick returns, or serving as a reliable gunner, he's shown the hustle and discipline coaches look for in special teams contributors. That willingness to embrace less glamorous roles speaks volumes about his mindset. He's not just trying to make the team, he's trying to help the team win in any way possible. And in a league where depth and versatility are key, that kind of attitude can earn you a lot of respect in a hurry. It also gives him more opportunities to prove himself on Sundays, increasing his chances of becoming a regular fixture on the game day active list. Let's not forget the financial side of things either. Floria, as an undrafted free agent, comes with a team-friendly contract. That matters in today's salary cap era, where every dollar saved can be redirected toward other areas of need. If the Browns can get legitimate production from a player making near the league minimum, that's a massive win. It creates flexibility for future signings, allows for better injury insurance, and fosters healthy internal competition. A productive, low-cost player like Floria gives Cleveland options. And options are power in the NFL. He doesn't need to be a star from day one. He just needs to keep showing up, keep improving, and keep proving that he belongs. If he does that, it's only a matter of time before he sees meaningful snaps in the regular season. In the end, Luke Floria's story is just beginning, but it's already one worth watching closely. He's the kind of player fans love to root for, the underdog, the grinder, the guy who forces his way onto the field by sheer will and performance. If he continues on his current trajectory, the comparison to Julian Edelman won't just be a flattering anecdote, it'll be the blueprint. Cleveland has been waiting for a player like that to emerge in their receiving core. Someone who brings energy, fight, and reliability in clutch moments. Floria might just be that guy. And while the spotlight remains on bigger names like Watson, Judy, and Johnson, don't be surprised if it's number 15 or whatever jersey Floria ends up wearing, who quietly becomes one of the Browns' most valuable offensive pieces. This kid has something, and the city of Cleveland might be about to find out just how much. Enjoying the content so far? Smash that like button and drop your take in the comments. We want to hear what you think about the Browns this season. A wave of speculation has taken over the NFL world, and this time, the epicenter of the storm is none other than Cleveland, Ohio. Rumors have been circulating in elite financial and sports circles that a mysterious Arab investor has quietly acquired a staggering 30% stake in the Cleveland Browns. While no official announcement has been made yet, insiders claim the deal is not only real, but already closed behind the scenes. The buzz started after a private jet registered to a Middle Eastern conglomerate landed in Cleveland last week, and shortly after, high-profile meetings were reported at the Browns headquarters. If that's not enough, social media detectives spotted known intermediaries from Gulf investment funds dining with Browns executives. It's the kind of movement that only means one thing: big money is coming. And if whispers are to be believed, that money isn't just for show, it's for massive, unprecedented reinforcements. According to sources close to the situation, this isn't just a vanity play or a trophy investment. The investor, whose name remains tightly guarded for now, is reportedly ready to inject a jaw-dropping $12 billion into the franchise. That's right, 12 billion reais. Just let that sink in. It's a number so wild, it has fans and analysts questioning whether it's even possible under current NFL structures. But here's where things get interesting. The funds aren't necessarily for breaking salary caps. Insiders claim the money will be strategically allocated, revamping the Browns' training facilities, building a state-of-the-art performance center, expanding the team's scouting networks globally, and yes, attracting top-tier talent with creative legal incentives. Imagine Brazilian phenoms getting scouted directly by an NFL team. Or elite European athletes considering a transition to football because of the Browns' new global infrastructure. This could change not just the team, but the entire ecosystem of American football. What makes this rumor even juicier is the potential connection between the investor and one of the most powerful sovereign wealth funds in the world. Analysts have drawn links between the Browns' new silent partner and funds that have already disrupted sports like golf, Formula One, and even soccer. We've seen similar blueprints before. Buy into a storied but underachieving franchise, pump in resources, bring global marketing, and transform it into a powerhouse. Think of what happened with Manchester City or Newcastle United in soccer. Now imagine that model applied to the NFL. The Browns have long been viewed as a sleeping giant, weighed down by history but bursting with potential. With the right money and leadership, the team could be rebranded from perennial underdogs to legitimate contenders, possibly even Super Bowl material. And let's be honest, Cleveland fans deserve it. After years of heartbreak, maybe this is the miracle they've been waiting for. Some within NFL circles are already voicing concerns, though. If true, the deal raises massive questions about the direction of the league. Is this the start of foreign influence in American football? Could the NFL be opening its doors to the kind of global money that's already transformed other sports? And most importantly, what does this mean for the integrity of competition? League officials have remained silent for now, but you can bet that behind closed doors, discussions are heating up. Owners of rival teams are likely watching this development with a mix of fascination and fear. The NFL has always been somewhat insulated from the financial chaos of other leagues. But if this is indeed the beginning of a trend, we could be witnessing the start of a new era, a time where oil money and American football collide, not in headlines, but on the actual field. And here's where things get even more spicy. Sources claim that the investors' initial plan includes targeting some of the biggest free agents available in the upcoming window. Think bold. Think shocking. Names that were previously considered untouchable for the Browns may now be fair game. Players like Saquon Barkley, T. Higgins, or even Nick Bosa are being thrown around in hypothetical scenarios. Of course, nothing has been confirmed, but the idea of Cleveland becoming a free agent destination is in itself mind-blowing. One source even said that agents are already quietly reaching out to the Browns front office, sensing that the winds are changing. Contracts may be structured creatively with long-term investments in the players' brands, international endorsements, and even partial ownership in global ventures. This is more than just football. It's a business revolution. If it happens, it could redefine the economics of player movement in the NFL forever. From a branding perspective, this could be a masterstroke. The investor is said to be pushing hard for a full-scale rebranding of the Browns' image, not changing the name, but refining everything from logos to digital presence. The vision? Turn the Browns into the NFL's first global team. Regular. Games in London. Training camps in Dubai. Social media content in multiple languages. They're even reportedly considering opening a Browns Academy for young international athletes who want to break into football. This isn't just about winning games. It's about owning the conversation. Making the Browns a global brand on par with Real Madrid, the Lakers, or Mercedes in F1. If done right, it would be a marketing tsunami. Cleveland could go from overlooked to overbooked, with sponsors, celebrities, and foreign fans flooding in. It's wild, it's ambitious, and it just might be crazy enough to work. But how do Browns fans feel about this potential shift? Early signs show a fan base torn between skepticism and hope. On one hand, they've seen too many false dawns. Big names, bold promises, and yet season after season of heartbreak. But this feels different. This isn't a new coach or a flashy draft pick. This is seismic, the kind of investment that could rip up the old playbook and build a new dynasty from scratch. Still, some purists are worried. Will the soul of the team be lost in the process? Will the Browns become unrecognizable, a shiny international product instead of the gritty blue-collar team they've always been? These are valid questions. But in sports, evolution is inevitable. And if staying the same means staying mediocre, maybe change is exactly what's needed, even if it comes wrapped in gold from across the ocean. There's also been speculation that this move could be part of a larger trend involving Brazilian influence in American sports. With the investors' promise of $12 billion, it's hard not to notice the Brazilian currency in play. Some say this might signal a bridge between Brazil and the NFL, with potential sponsorship deals, cultural crossovers, and even NFL games being played in Sao Paulo or Rio de Janeiro. Imagine the Browns playing a regular season game at Maracanã. The global reach would be enormous. And let's not forget, Brazil is a sports-crazy nation, just waiting to fall in love with football of the American kind. If this investor has Brazilian interests, this could be the perfect storm to finally unite two of the most passionate sports cultures on the planet. The NFL would be wise to pay attention, because this isn't just about Cleveland anymore. It's about expanding the league's empire. While no official confirmations have emerged yet, the silence is almost more telling than words. Normally, a rumor this big would be quickly denied if it were false, but the Browns front office has offered no comment. The NFL has remained tight-lipped. The investors' camp, completely off the grid. And in the media world, that usually means something. It's cooking. There's too much smoke for there not to be at least a spark of truth here. Sports insiders from ESPN to Sky Sports are reportedly working overtime to verify details. If even half of this is true, the Browns are on the brink of one of the most transformative moments in NFL history. Fans should keep their eyes peeled, because any day now, the bombshell announcement could drop. And when it does, it won't just shake Cleveland, it will shake the league, maybe even the entire sports world. In the meantime, expect more leaks, more speculation, and a growing sense that something major is unfolding. The NFL, once considered untouchable by global investment, may finally be opening its gates. And it's happening not in New York or LA, but in Cleveland. The Browns, long considered a tragic case study in wasted potential, might soon become the crown jewel of the league's new financial era. All thanks to a mystery investor, a bold vision, and a promise of $12 billion. Is it too good to be true? Possibly, but sometimes the biggest revolutions start with whispers, not headlines. And right now, Cleveland is whispering something very loud. Get ready, because if this rumor is real, and many believe it is, the Dawg Pound is about to turn into a kingdom, and the Browns, they might just become the team everyone else suddenly wants to be. Thanks for riding with us on another Browns Blitz. If you liked the video, share it with a fellow fan, hit subscribe, and ring that bell so you're always part of the Dawg Pound conversation. Go Browns!